Good morning, everybody. Are we back? Did we ever even leave? Is the question people are asking. This is the morning show. Spencer Israel, Steve Strazza, JC Parets is traveling today. He'll be back tomorrow. Gosh, I wonder what we're going to talk about today. Beats me. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's probably good. Maybe not all of it. I don't know. We'll have Jeff Macke on to tell us about the Walmart report. They were out like an hour ago or an hour and a half ago now. So I know the stock's not doing much this morning. But we're talking NVIDIA, of course. Kenny Glick will be here. Sean will be here. And it's going to be a good day, at least so far. Let's find out what Steve Strazza thinks. If you're watching us on YouTube, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Yo.
So it was about as good as it could have been, Spencer. Do I have that right?
Yeah, I gotta say, I didn't have like a prediction per se, but I definitely did not expect Jensen Huang to definitely address the AI bubble in the room. That's the elephant in the room, right? And he addressed it head on. He was like, "Bubble? What bubble?" Right?
Yeah. No, he did, and he was doing a conference yesterday. He was like up on stage telling jokes and laughing with Elon Musk. So some traders are saying like, you don't do that ahead of a bad earnings call. So they absolutely crushed it. And then they guided, from what I understand, I think they bumped the guide on the next quarter from like 62 to 65. These numbers are ridiculous. Their revenue, when they first started coming out with like ridiculous numbers a couple of years ago, were 20 a quarter. Now we're 3x that. So the growth that they told us about was coming years ago. They've delivered on at this point. These numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger. It was a big
actually, Steve, it was more than that. So yeah, the Q4 sales guidance was 65 billion, but then the CFO said maybe more. So how much more could there be is what everyone wants to know. We haven't reached full speed yet, apparently.
And NVIDIA's right. We have a long session ahead of us today.
Yeah.
It hasn't even started. So looking good now, up about 5%. Got to stick it. You don't want to see these gains evaporate intraday on what was an absolutely stellar quarter.
We know, he said it yesterday, and I imagine Kenny Glick is hunting for NVIDIA shorts right about now, if he hasn't already.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's waiting for that VWAP break. I don't know if we've gotten it today. I think we're probably not that far away. But
and what can this report do for the hyperscalers and the rest of the AI trade in stocks like Oracle is another question. How do they act today? Again, up nicely. Market hasn't even opened yet. So we'll see. Big session today.
Yeah,
big reactions. The whole market.
I was going to say, look around today. What's not up? I mean, the dollar, right? 10-year.
Small caps aren't doing so great.
Gold. The VIX is down 15%. Is that right?
No.
It's not?
Mm-mm.
What does my thing say it is?
5%?
My thing says it's down 15%.
Not seeing that, Spencer.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird. Well, in any case, we can agree that most things are up.
Yeah.
So.
And that should be the case. Very important stock. Also, the indexes are up. Yeah, the VIX is down 15%. Holy cow! Down.
Hey, score one for me.
Yeah, big session. This earnings report couldn't have come at a more important time, I think, for the mega cap tech trade AI theme. So NVIDIA saves the day again for now.
Yeah, for now being the optimal phrase there, right? For now, like you said, it's 8:30 in the morning.
We see these kinds of moves, right? Come the closing bell today, I think that's very constructive, and when we start talking about a short-term low being in.
What was the high? The after hours high was 198, and we're at 195 in NVIDIA. So we're kind of right there.
And here's the thing too. S&P 500 up nicely this morning. NASDAQ 100 up nicely. Russell 2000, small caps, an index that's less affected, not as good. Oh, up.
Oh,
Actually,
I don't know. I don't know about that.
this morning in the futures it was a little different. And the Dow up a little less than 1%, 0.75%. Compare that with SPY up 1.4% right now, and the NASDAQ 1.8%. All right, yeah. But you want to see that strength also hit small caps, hit the ARK indexes, the speculative growth trade, right? You want to see quantum stocks find a floor on this kind of a day of price action as well. So a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah. There's
Microsoft, hopefully, that shouldn't be a top in the middle of a bull market, right? They should get a nice little boost from the price action today too. Stuff like that. Tesla, similar. hmm Yeah. Bitcoin
Chad,
still looks like
tell
a
us
hit.
what's not working here. Our man Higgins has regionals or regionals not working today.
Couple green
It's
candles.
early.
Haven't moved much up off the lows,
Yeah.
but
What
another couple of days.
I
Home
just
builders still look terrible. The housing complex is in trouble, and
yeah.
crypto looks as bad as anything. Still
Oh,
weak bounces.
whatever Walmart is saying on their conference call must be good. 'Cause I looked an hour ago and it wasn't doing what it is now, but it's at the high of the session. So, well, we'll wait and talk Walmart with Jeff because Jeff Macke is up at the an ungodly hour for the sole reason of watching the Walmart or listening to the Walmart earnings call and reading the report.
How did they
So,
do?
well, look at the stock is blasting off as we speak here. So it must have been good, whatever they said. I looked at the numbers briefly and I thought they were mixed, but again, that was like an hour ago. No, it was good. But again, the conference call is happening, I think, right now.
This
So
stock is unstoppable. Yeah, great chart. Great chart.
they
Buy this right here.
they
Buy this
see
right here.
see less tariff impact than they originally had earlier in the year. There's been some relief for in key food categories. So really the only price pressure that they're seeing in food is beef. So yeah, whatever they're saying right now is they're rocking here. So that was the other question. The first question was Nvidia. The second question was how is the consumer, i.e. Walmart, doing? And it seems like everyone's doing great today. So Walmart, that's all there is to say. We can end the show right now. That's it.
TJ Maxx just reported as well. Seemed to be a fine report.
Now there are stocks trading down. There are always stocks trading down, right? Every day. But nothing that's like super notable or interesting or that would matter to the grand scheme of things. Oh crap! You know what's down? My one stock that's working right now is the Albemarle. It's been working great
It's
for
been
me.
doing great.
Yeah,
Love,
not
love,
today, but
love that you're in that.
yeah, not today, but that's all right. It's the one that's been working. The
It was
last
up like 3 or 4% yesterday.
I know. It goes up every day. I don't know why.
It's been good.
I don't know. I don't know why that goes.
No,
up
I
every
like that
day.
one a lot. And SGML just blasted off, which is another lithium name from an even smaller, tighter base. You go look at the price action there. I think they just what they do. They reported earnings the other day, and the stock just took off. Right?
SGML.
SGML. Yeah, it's just about doubled in the last 4 sessions.
Oh, that's a
3
smaller one. That's
sessions.
not even on my radar.
The Sigma.
I see. Yeah, what the hell happened there?
Yeah.
What
Some
is
of these
that?
stocks are heavily shorted. But yeah, the materials, new areas of materials, really waking up. You like copper here? Nice coil.
I don't know.
Maybe there's something there. I don't know either.
Yeah, Dan, Jeff does go to Walmart for real, like to hang out. He goes like to scout. Now he goes not just to shop, he goes to like,
He
do
goes to Costco for the hot dogs.
due diligence. You know what I mean? He goes to just look around and shop like an investor, right? So yeah, yes, he does. There's a lot. I don't even know what else to say, honestly, Steve. There's like the conference call really couldn't have been more bullish for Nvidia. The numbers were outstanding, like you said. I've been sitting here kind of for the last hour, kind of thinking of like, what is it to say about it? I don't know. Like the market's doing all the talking for us. I mean, there's not much more to say, I think.
At this point, we got to watch the reaction, right? We'll know more end of the day, end of the week, next week.
Hey, do we have the table from yesterday? Can we pull that up, the beat report table for Nvidia? I just want a frame of reference. I want a frame of reference for the earnings moves because, like you said, they've been getting smaller. I think a lot of people, myself included, are stuck in the mindset of 2 years ago where we expect these huge, epic moves from Nvidia, and we haven't been getting them really for a little while now. So
and this is how it should work, right? If this bull market has legs from here, Spencer, the poster child, the one, Nvidia, should come in, put in a short-term floor to the market. XLK really going into Nvidia's report last night, it's down 10%, just about this week, right? So who better than Nvidia to kind of stop that corrective wave, get things back on track? I think that would be appropriate. So let's see. You want to see these reaction scores here in the final column turn green again.
So just to be clear, the column next to that, the 1 day reaction, that is the full session that's the first close after the report, right? So that would be today's close.
One day.
Yeah, okay.
And then our reaction score, yes, that would be today's performance.
Right.
I'll go in that column. And then our reaction score takes into account a number of other things, like what happened in the broader market on that given day, right? The beta characteristics of the stock. We're also obviously looking at how did the stock do coming into the report, right? Did it kind of drag forward all the gains ahead of the report? So we'll look at the pre-earnings drift and the post-earnings drift. Kind of really
so you're normalizing for the indexes, and you're not going to hold it against Nvidia or any company really if their stock is down on the whole market's on. It's not their fault, right? Is basically what you're saying.
If the market's getting crushed, right, you're on a big down day and you happen to be reacting to earnings on that day, the S&P 500 is down 3% and you're flat. That's a sick reaction, right? Especially depending on your beta characteristics. So yes, that's what we do.
All right, so you'll update this table. Obviously, you have to wait till, like we said, today's close. But I'm very curious to see how this all shakes out, and more importantly, what it does for the growth trade. That's where the pain has been. Not, JC might not think so, but yes, that is where the pain has been.
And
so,
like what does this do for speculative growth, right? I want to see some bottoms in those stocks too. Talking about quantum.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Bitcoin needs to stop falling too at this point. Like for risk appetite to get back on track, for us to be out here saying, oh, the animal spirits are alive and well again, Bitcoin's got to stop cratering day in and day out. They just launched the Solana ETFs. That couldn't put a floor in these things. The bounces there have been dismal.
Well,
abysmal.
We have a low from yesterday, so that's something.
Sandra nailed it. Bitcoin miners already fading. I mean, these things can't go up for more than 3 minutes at a time.
Well, there's one that's up huge today, but like who are you talking about? Like Mara and Riot? No.
UConn looked soft and got bodied on the glass. Look, you want to get these losses out early in the season. They looked soft a couple years ago too. We got beat by a fucking Big Ten team early in the year. Kansas beat us. I know. Always an embarrassment. And you want to just get those losses out of the way. That kind of, sets us up to succeed towards the end of the season. But won't be the first time UConn looked soft in the first couple of weeks of the season.
Bitcoin had bad news. I didn't realize Bitcoin had news. I thought that was the point, is there was no news.
There's no news. None of it matters.
That's the idea.
There's zero news about Bitcoin. Riot looks prime for a bounce. Probably not. Just fell back into the box.
Dude,
undid a lot of.
I don't even have a good grasp of all these super the super high growth names from this cycle or from the last 6 months. They're all in one ear out the other. I don't even retain what they are. So like, can we talk about what are some like these maybe like all the crypto treasury stocks? Like if growth is back on the table, then let's go shopping. But I don't even know, like off the top of my head, I would have to go look.
Yet. You
I don't
can't
even know
buy
what
those things yet, though. Like you're talking
I'm
about
not saying buy.
MicroStrategy,
Yeah, I'm not
right?
saying buying them today, but
They got to stop falling. I think too, looking back now, knowing what we now know, having perfect information, right? The best signal, the best read, because guess what? The intermarket evidence in the stock market was shit for crypto. They were saying buy the Bitcoin the whole time, right? The action from the stock market. However, a couple stocks, particularly the crypto treasury stocks, the biggest, supposed to be best ones like MicroStrategy, that was the tell all along. That ended up being great leading information, right? For now, what's become a pretty decent sized drawdown in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has followed MicroStrategy lower. So I think I would tell you today, more than a couple months ago, that MicroStrategy and the price action there is critically important. And for Bitcoin to stop falling, I think the MSTR needs to find a floor. Period.
right.
This thing has been so bad.
If we wanted to go
Yeah.
dumpster diving, we're going crypto miners, crypto treasuries. We're going what, like open door, dumpster diving. Where are we going here?
Yeah,
Open door,
sure. Quantum,
yeah,
quantum Bitcoin miners.
QVT.
Not solar energy, no longer in the dumpster. This idiot, Michael Saylor's on TV telling people that MicroStrategy has been the single best stock in the S&P this cycle. What have you done for me lately? What about this year, dude? What are you talking about? He's coming on here bragging about how good his stock's been. It's been the worst stock in the S&P 500 this year, probably. Best stock this cycle. Come on.
I don't know if it's the worst, but it is one of the worst. It's got to be. Especially since the summer.
Yesterday's victories, what do they say? What's the thing there?
Don't win today's battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
When do we get the COT data? Wouldn't theoretically that be tomorrow? If the government's open?
Oh, we're getting data back?
Yeah, we got a September non-farm payrolls report today. from 2 months ago.
We got our data back.
So,
wow.
That's exciting. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat here. I'm very curious to see what Kenny's doing with NVIDIA today. He said he'd be fading in either direction. So I imagine he wants to sell it.
So that's it really, in terms of earnings.
I mean, no, there's like a whole lot more than that.
Boring stuff.
I mean, we had Palo Alto last night.
How'd they do?
Good. Everything is good. Not everything, but most. Palo Alto. It's a mixed reaction this morning. I think it's actually in the red. Is that right? Yeah. Down almost 2%. But
how about this one? Here, I got a good one.
You got to figure if the price action from this morning for the broader market continues and Palo Alto is not staying in the red. You had the gap last night. I'm sure Jeff has an opinion on that. You had Ross Stores. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm looking at the wrong day. You had Palo Alto last night. You had the gap is tonight. No, not much is interesting.
A solid premium on this Exact Sciences deal.
Hey,
So
I love some M&A in the morning.
Abbott Labs buying them for $105 a share. The last 2 days, as the stock, I guess, reacts to this news, I mean, 50% higher from where it was, that bio price. Stock was trading in the 60s coming into the week. So that's cool. Things are looking up in healthcare. And then in the sell side move of the day, the good old boys at B. Riley, how's their stock doing?
Hey,
cut the price.
Blast from the past. Let's take a look.
Cut the price target on Biminer. Okay.
From
90 to 47. Hold on. Reiterates buy.
That's what I'm talking about. I want Dash for Trash here, Biminer. That's a great one.
Cut the price target by 50%. Reiterate buy.
Wait, can you remind me what the B Riley ticker is again? Something BR.
BRLY, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
RILY.
yeah,
RILY.
yes, yeah.
Nice little top there in the B Riley. Great.
Yeah.
But not at zero yet. Not at zero yet. All right. Somebody's still working over there. Good.
That's a funny. All right, Jeff, just let me know he's finishing up listening to the Walmart call. He would join us fresh from the Walmart earnings call, and he's fired up today.
You know, you want to buy a Bitcoin miner? Go buy the Cipher.
Well,
I
it's
still
up
have
like
a couple
15%
warrants left
this
of
morning.
this one. What?
It's up like 15. Like something happened. It's up 15% this morning.
Yeah. They signed an additional 56 megawatt 10-year AI hosting agreement with Fluid Stack. So this one is literally doing like real things in the world, making deals, big data, and proposed another offering of 333 million additional senior secured notes.
I'm
Stock
actually
up 14%.
I'm actually surprised you, or maybe they haven't. I just don't remember it. I'm surprised you don't see more offering headlines from these minor.
Well,
because
I mean, in recent weeks that'll kind of wipe that space out for a little. They like to offer when the market's green.
Well,
right?
of course. But they're kind of like biotechs in that way, where the offering is a feature, not a bug. It's kind of part of the process, right? You're expecting dilution when the stock goes up. So
yeah.
Yeah.
This one, despite diluting the whole way, okay, a stock like Cipher been up huge and now above its old all-time highs, digging in. It looks better than anything out there in this space. Here's another headline. How many people still even work at Verizon at this point? Because
that's been yeah.
When's the last time they hired people instead of cut jobs? So cut an additional 13,000 jobs, shift 180 company-owned stores to franchises. One store.
Wait. Is that in addition to the 15,000 from last week?
Yeah, I think so. The CEO said the current cost structure is limiting how much it can invest in its customer value proposition. I mean, what is there what's left to say about Verizon and AT&T that hasn't already been said? Two of the absolute worst run companies in the history of the stock market.
If you like reading about Palace Intrigue, there was a good article about the drama in the C-suite at Verizon over the last decade, over the last few years. I think it was in the Wall Street Journal.
Who wants that job at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's wild how T-Mobile can diverge so wildly from AT&T and Verizon, right?
I saw John Ledger in the wild once, and he was wearing pink. I swear to God. Ex-wife wouldn't let me go talk to him. He was wearing pink, frolicking across the street. We were in the Berkshires. Yeah, saw John Ledger in the wild.
All right.
It's like, let me go talk to him. No, that'd be so weird.
Okay.
Weird for who? Wouldn't have been weird for me. Would have loved to say hi.
Here is what we'll do. I want to bring on Kenny, and then we'll bring on Jeff, and then we'll bring on Sean. All right, we got a lot of things to do here, but let's get it going.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
All right, where is the NVIDIA short this morning, Kenny?
What?
Are we shorting NVIDIA?
No.
I thought that was the plan.
No, buy Walmart. That was the plan.
Oh.
What's NVIDIA? Some chip company, right?
I never heard of them. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I got another new phrase for you. If there ain't no fading, there ain't no trading. So I think today might be one of those days where the market just sits here and just points at the people that think shorting is a viable way to make money and laughs at them and then closes. So I'm very nervous about shorting today, as much as I like when things are gapped up to play a fade. But because we've actually had a lot of success shorting over the last 2 weeks, I'm just going to be chilling today. I'm going to sit back and wait, because Walmart is where you want to be. This is the trade. So if anybody's thinking about coming to Vegas and getting tattoos about VWAP on your chest, this is the tattoo you want to get right here, my friends. Look at this thing right here. This is it. Show them that chart right there. Look at that thing. What do you think? Right on my chest, right there. Faux show, bro. 1 minute multi-day VWAP earnings reversal, a trade that hasn't failed in over 4 years. That's why you're here this morning. Forget NVIDIA. Who cares about NVIDIA? Chips, technology, what? Bull market? None of that matters. Walmart, baby. Look at that beautiful thing. Take that money and let's go to Vegas and get some tattoos. I'm thinking right there, write that on my chest, right there, and just says in VWAP we trust, and maybe get a tramp stamp on there too. So that's what money's being made. NVIDIA, I don't know.
Wait. About the Walmart. So what do you do now? Because you're out by now.
You
right?
cash out and you go hang with your folks and see what's going on. I don't know. I might drive to Brooklyn now, but I got a concert later. I don't know. Again, as a day trader, you're just trying to get paid, right? And there it is. So I don't want to struggle today in this wonderful year that we've had. But I'm telling you, I think the market's just going to point and make fun of us as shorters today. But let me show you. NVIDIA, right there. So this is last night's levels. And listen, I played some fades last night. I got paid on one. There is a reason to believe because of what Palantir did and what's the other one? Reddit and and Oracle, obviously. I'm still holding on to the idea that there might be some selling. But if we're not below pre-market lows, chances are this is just going to be sitting here consolidating and just mocking the shorters all day. But under 194.50, I'm definitely going to short this and hopefully get another 2 points out of it. And then listen, if I'm right, which I think I'm going to be completely wrong, if this market decides that it wants to take profit on this monster gap, I think the profit taking can turn into a monster rollover like it did on July 31st with the Apple earnings. So when you walked in that morning, friends, everybody was super bullish. Apple was up, and we did roll over. So I don't want to get all emotional here to think that that's going to happen because that would be awesome. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait. And let's see what happens. By the way, UVXY has done a 5-for-1 split. No, you didn't get rich overnight holding UVXY. Now that it's split again, make a concerted effort to call your broker to find out if you can borrow this thing and short it. It always goes back to down to zero, UVXY. So I'm going to watch UVXY today. And, again, there's some pin action. If you guys, CoreWeave is going to be hot today because of NVIDIA. NVTS is going to be hot. Obviously the chip sector and our pal VICR might, spring back to life also. So we got some stocks to watch. Again, Walmart's done the thing already. It's fantastic. And we're in the driver's seat. We don't have to be completely, insane to think that this market's going to roll over, die today, but I'm going to wait to see if it happens.
All right. The final day of Kenny's open house is today. It's going to start, after the show, really, and then go until 11:30, maybe noon if Kenny feels like it. But they'll use the link that is on the screen that will get you free access to Kenny's room today and today only. If you want to go watch back the last week of shows, you can do that too. It's right there.
Yeah, and if you missed anything else, we put some of them on YouTube as well. So it's a clinic. Again, we put on a clinic this week, and last night we did the schmooze. We went all night. We did the podcast into the schmooze. So everyone's been having a good time. So
I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that Strazza is going to be hopping into your room today.
Yeah, maybe not at the open, but
I don't know anything. I just heard a rumor.
Rumor has it. All right, well, bring your weapons and bring your shorting because I would love to crush this market today. I don't think it's going to happen, but hey, listen, I love when I'm wrong, but because I'm going to be right anyway. So I'll see Strazza in the room, and I'll see everybody in the room. Good luck, and let's party.
Maybe around 9:45 he'll stop in. I don't know.
All right.
I'm just saying. All right, see you, Kenny. This is why I love this show and our network and what we've built. We've got Kenny Glick over here who is already done with Walmart. He's done. He made his money. He's going to Brooklyn apparently. Jeff Macke just got started in Walmart. He didn't even start, really. He's thinking about this report and what it means for next month, next quarter, next year, right? He doesn't care about, well, he cares about the pre-market a little bit, but not like Kenny does. He's got a totally different time frame. And he listened to the conference call, and he's read all the numbers, and he's got the scoop for us right now. So I'm going to bring Jeff out, and we're going to talk about this Walmart report.
Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
I mean, this is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Spencer, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on?
What's going on? Biggest company in the world just kicked a dump truck full of ass. I guess that's what's going on. I guess that's what's happening in my world. Maybe you're a little bored. Maybe things are a little dull.
No, I'm not. Definitely not bored. I'm certainly not bored. All right, what exactly? First off, was this the CEO's last? It was his last earnings report. He's retiring.
It was.
Right?
And Dougie Macke, you got to give the guy a shout out. I'm not huge on the shout outs, especially for men close to my own age who are worth $500 million because they've just been destroying. But he deserves it. He came in. Walmart was kind of a teetering enterprise. They were regarded as sort of dumps. He came in, he raised the minimum wage there controversially like 10 years ago. They were getting crushed by Amazon. He leaves and they're absolutely on top. This was another great quarter out of them. We heard what I wanted to hear about the economy. They said the holidays are going to be good, which, as you know, was just like, yeah, pump it up, shout it out. I don't need every retailer to be good. I need the biggest retailer in America to be pretty solid on the holidays, which is sort of, the bare minimum. The concern here was that they were going to take a dump all over the holidays. They said all the things I wanted to see in terms of, listen, we had consistent performance. Our customers showed up over and over again. Fashion was a big deal. That was not a thing when Dougie Macke came in. So he's going off into the sunset, riding high on a terrific quarter. They nudged up a little higher. You're not going to see huge nudges up from these guys, but they're doing stuff, Spencer. Like, we were at Target yesterday. They're kind of mealy mouthing about this and that, and they're worried about all kinds of different things. Walmart just came in and crushed. They're just so much better. So yeah, that's what we see. Tariff impact less than we feared. Inflation about 1% across the store, a little higher in apparel than grocery. Now Walmart is kind of spreading that out. They're using a little peanut butter method, but anything lower than 2% is not bad for them. It's a pretty good tell in terms of, again, inflation is going to be higher for lesser companies, but they not at Walmart necessarily. Now this wasn't a screaming all clear type of call, but their consumer's good. That's not the same as Bed Bath and Body Works consumer being good.
Apparently not.
No. It's again, not all retailers are not created equal. This was not a sweeping, the whole world is great story. This was just a Walmart's kicking ass and taking names type of story. They're gaining share. Their customers are showing up. And that's all we need. We don't need the best Christmas ever. That's not priced in. What was starting to get priced in was a really, really crappy Christmas. And Walmart was our tell, as we talked about. Groceries were strong. Now, when you cut off benefits, that disproportionately impacts Walmart. And so for them to come in and say that our groceries actually were pretty good is terrific. They're also seeing consumers willing to pay up for speedier delivery. They're seeing, discretionary spending. That's the height of discretionary. I'm too lazy to leave the damn house, so I'm going out and, I'm going to order it. I'm going to have it delivered. Walmart's delivering stuff. 35% of their online orders get to your house in 3 hours or less. That is Amazonian in terms of execution. That is a huge ass deal. E-commerce at Walmart is now an $80 billion run rate. If they keep growing they're growing faster than Amazon. If they keep growing at that rate, Walmart e-commerce will be bigger than all of Target next year. That's a lot. Same store sales higher, e-commerce 28% growth, grocery a little bit of inflation, but again, to take the completely out of the Fed's hands, if Walmart showed hot inflation, that was going to be too much. That's the inflation data that we're really going to get that we can trust. And they didn't see those problems. And so the two things I was looking for a consumer perspective were that they were fading off, that we saw it kind of dropping off that 2018 comparison we talked about yesterday, where spending just dropped off as we got closer to the holidays and the market started rolling over. They're not seeing it. The holidays are off to a just fine, a cromulent start. That's great. That's good enough for them. This was a look at the U.S. consumer, and it's not as bad as feared, which is tantamount to a super big beat because all we've done is boo-hoo about the consumer for the last 3 weeks. I'm getting kind of tired of it.
What they say, if anything, about the effects of the shutdown, if there was any?
That was kind of the point of things didn't really show down. They saw relatively stable spending. Now, they did say there was a disproportionate impact on the lower end, which was what we expected. And again, Walmart, they're straight shooters. They're not, this was not all rose tinted glasses. This was really a decent amount of this was specific to a big company that's really finding another gear. Which for anybody, let me tell you something, when you're about 65, which is about how old Walmart is, finding another gear, shifting into a little higher mode, a little speedier that doesn't come around every day. That's a tough trick to pull off. And so it's good to see the old boy kicking ass here a little bit.
All right, so what's the play? Obviously, the stock is up this morning. I don't know if are we at the pre-market highs right now. Well, we're off
We
from
probably
earlier.
are. I don't expect this to go super duper high on this. Again, you're talking about it's what it could have done is could have broken down. It could have broken and kind of dropped out of that range. I think you're probably going to get to the 105s area. I think the trade is, having done your homework before and just kind of being long Walmart and content with it. It's you don't chase this name higher, particularly because it's already relatively expensive, and it's the best performer of the tariff-proof companies that we've talked about all year: Costco, Amazon, Walmart. Tariff-proof meaning they have other businesses going on. Walmart Plus, the membership fees that they're able to get from that's just it's a gear that Target doesn't have. Target is possibly going to be cash flow constrained next year because they got to spend $1 billion improving their stores. Walmart just kind of they find $1 billion in the cushions of their couch. You sit in a couch in Bentonville and they're, I found $1 billion bill. They made a special one. It's got Sam Walton's picture on it. Not many people know about this. It's and so kind of what this comforts me is coming into the call. Your worst case scenario was that they were going to say apparel was absolute nightmare. We saw pullbacks across the board. We still managed to scrape an okay quarter together because we're just that damn good. But, yikes. And we didn't hear anything like that. And so that makes me more comfortable with, Gap reports tonight. Are they anywhere near it? If Gap threatened to take on Walmart, they'd wake up and apologize profusely. But, there was a possibility in a super weak consumer environment that was going to be a disaster, that you would start to have to take off all your longs. And, again, with a little longer time frame, I'm not that worried about it. Now, what TJ Maxx said at the higher priced guys in the mall, I'm a little concerned with the Urban Outfitters, the guys like that. But, even Target said denim selling okay. And man, if Target, if they sold caskets, no one would die. At this point, if Target's able to sell denim, anyone's able to sell denim. And so I still like that as a trade. I still think that works better, and it's okay to feel good about stuff every once in a while. Right? And we can be positive. I might not, I'm not as ebullient as Kenny, because I just would be working anyway. I'm not sure what I would do if I couldn't put my mind to work. It'd be bad. I'd chew my tail off like a dog in a cage. But it's as is. This gives me kind of good feelings. I'm okay.
So what you're saying is there's dispersion in retail, just like normal. So I think normalcy has resumed.
Yes, exactly. It's the Harry Truman market, babe. A return to normalcy. That's all we wanted. We wanted to get out of the Great Depression for a while, and man, it was 3 weeks of mopiness. Now we can just have kind of good retailers and bad retailers. You're still going to get that disproportionate bath body comes out, and just holy crap, Katie bar the door. All of a sudden people realize, it's not a great market for fragranted candles for $45. Geez, that's surprising. I'm not sure, down 18% seems like maybe you should have done more homework on that. I'm kind of worried about Lululemon, that type of name, those names that have been down a lot already, but they still could come out and crap the bed this quarter. That's entirely in play. But what's not in play is that there's not going to be a Christmas. That it's just going to be so bad that we're not going to see anyone succeeding. So after Target yesterday, it was if to a newbie who hasn't necessarily paid that much attention, that could have been kind of shockingly bad with the negative comps. This was Walmart again coming in with positive comps when you are basically the entire U.S. economy. You're doing 1.6 billion a year out of this country. That's such a big sample size. This is the best economic data we're going to get. And this just showed us that if you're able to execute and provide perceived value for the customer right now, they're going to come out and shop. No one's closing down Christmas just yet.
I was just going back to Walmart for a second how many consumers retail stocks can say they're up 12% this year? right? I mean, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
For this neck of the woods, yeah. For again, in this kind of consumer environment, where with the tariffs, they handled those pretty well. They said those expenses were not as bad as they would have feared, so that was great. And kind of getting into wonk corner here, transactions and same store sales were higher, and so you could say that you're able to fake your same store sales by just charging more. And if you lose less customers than the rate that you increase prices, then you get same store sales that look good on the headline but are actually crap. But transactions was up, traffic was up, and so if people are actually coming to your store and they're spending a little more, and your close rate is pretty good, people are shopping. Again, it's all about perception of value, and it's all about just kind of giving people what they pay for. Walmart is doing both those things right now, and it's paying off. And so that seems like kind of a fair, a just world, an Ayn Rand type of world, where if you're good at your thing, you get paid for it, and if you're not, maybe you get Bed Bath and Body worked.
Double T wants to know if maybe he or she, I suppose, misunderstood Target's earnings because they seemed mediocre.
You might have misunderstood them because they actually sucked. They were actually they were significantly worse than mediocre. They were
What was so bad
hesitate
about
to
it?
say death rattle.
Yeah, what was so bad about it?
Their comps are negative again. Now, if you post the negative comps over and over and over again, that's a super bad sign. So their stores were essentially empty last year, and they're not. And I'll tell you again, since we already entered wonk corner, and that's what you're going to get from me anyway. Target is back to pre-shoplifting levels from pre-COVID levels in shoplifting, meaning that the shrink number is lower than it was before, and yet margins are still falling. So they've locked up so much product that they've stopped people from stealing, and they've also stopped people from shopping. That's the level of thinking that you have going on at Target. Is we're just going to turn our store into like an aquarium where everything's behind glass. You can't touch anything, but just come in, instead of fish, you're looking at socks. I was in a city Target and in New York. They have everything locked up. And so it's like, I got to find a guy to buy my underwear because I would rather buy condoms or something. I mean, I'd rather buy deep, like for my, I don't want to pick up, I don't want to ask someone to go get my socks. I'm not going to stand there for 20 minutes. Target's got to unlock their product. They got to get things together. It was much worse than mediocre. And this is not everything is fantastic. Again, we saw Walmart break out over 110 on the Chat GPT thing. It hasn't paid to chase Walmart at all this year. Up 12% is not a screaming rocket ship of buy out there. It means that, as a long-term shareholder, I'm super happy, because I'm trapped in capital gains hell. And which is nice. I'm getting a good yield for what I paid for the shares, but I can't afford to sell. And so it certainly is, nice not to have to. And so they're going to consolidate, but they're also growing really fast. 28% growth for e-commerce on an $80 billion run rate is just impressive. And they're doing things that Targets and the smaller guys can't. Getting 35% of your orders in less than 3 hours, that is very Amazon. And there are exactly 2 companies on earth that can deliver it if you don't count like Domino's Pizza. The only places that you can buy a toothbrush, some printer paper, and maybe headphones are Walmart and Amazon. Those are the only guys that are going to deliver it that same day. It's a super impressive feat for a company this big to have the dexterity to kind of develop these in-house businesses that actually generated income. And it's very impressive.
A lot can change. On Tuesday, we were all talking about Home Depot and how terrible that report was. And oh man, the consumer is looking pretty bad. Home Depot said so, but that was a long time ago.
Home Depot and Lowe's those are just inkblot tests, roll chart tests where it's like, what do you see here? And Home Depot sees a world where none of the consumers aren't shopping at all, and Lowe's looks at it and says people are about to start remodeling their houses. But you put those two together, and the last 3 years, Home Depot and Lowe's have a correlation of like 0.9, meaning they just are in lockstep. They have no control over their own destiny because it's all about just housing. And so that's why they don't really count that much.
Yeah.
It's those 2 companies, they failed on their own breakouts and have been just hulking death since we started taking another rate cut off the table, since housing didn't look like it was improving. That was all last summer. So we didn't hear anything that shocking from Home Depot. It was just kind of they are who we thought they were. And whatever dispersion that you saw between Lowe's and Home Depot, that'll tighten up again. And similarly, I don't expect Walmart to get up to 115 today or anything. I think probably 105 is nice if you're super into day trading, really boring, huge stocks. You can knock yourself out with it and take the other side. But as for me, I'm moving on to the gap. I'm Belichicking it. It's on to San Francisco and the gap. It's time to look on to the next game.
And BJ's is tomorrow morning. I'm sure you'll.
Which is just fun to say and just fun to talk about, and that's about as far as you want to go with that particular company.
Listen, Jeff is going live. Special holiday extravaganza right before Thanksgiving and Black Friday and that whole thing. I believe Tuesday, right at 11:30. I think 11:30 Eastern time. You're going live. Special live event. You're going to talk about everything. I guess you're going to talk about I guess you're going to sort of summarize the complete retail earnings season, but then I guess look ahead to what you're looking to buy on the cheap.
We're going to look ahead and what we learned. I don't listen to Target because I want to invest in Target. I listen to Target because I just like to think about my fun days in Minnesota, and they're going to tell me things like denim is selling well here, which again tells me a lot about a whole bunch of different companies that are typically kind of boring, but American Eagle, Gap, Levi's themselves, all of them make denim. And the stuff that's working there is great. The stuff that's not is just a source of funds and for market share. Right now, Target's just kind of a dying little, it's a whale on a beach that everyone's just picking away market share. All the seagulls are coming in and taking share.
This is probably going to be an annual tradition we do, is maybe go live with Jeff right around Thanksgiving, mid-November-ish, because no one thinks about the consumer and about retail more than Jeff. And this is consumer season. This is shopping season right now.
It's Maggie's Christmas party, man. I'm gonna get a velour coat. I'm gonna get a nice smoking jacket, a pipe. It's gonna be a little Playboy After Dark meets a Dean Bing Crosby special. It's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be fun.
The free event on the site. Use the link that is in the chat, also on the screen. I'll throw a QR code up there in a few minutes, and I guess we'll see you on Tuesday, Jeff. Good. Congratulations on the morning you're having with Walmart, and I hope it stays true as the day goes on.
Happy Walmart Day to you as well, Spencer.
All right, we will see Jeff on Tuesday. I'll put that link in the QR code 1 second, but before I do that, we got Sean in the house. Is that true? Yeah, it is true. Speaking of Sean and Jeff, if you didn't watch the video that Sean and Jeff did, I'm gonna drop it in the chat right now. I just did. Sean and Jeff went shopping about a month back in California. Jeff helped Sean buy a new jean jacket. Jeff showed Sean how to shop like an investor. It was great. It was a really, really fun video. They went to like a dozen stores, maybe not that many, but if you want to see how pro like Jeff shops, I just dropped that link in the chat. Sean is here, and it's Thursday, so let's talk options. Hello.
Hey, man, we had a Dennis Green shout out during Jeff's talk, and then I mean the quote of the year. I think that whole thing where he said, "If Target sold caskets, nobody would die."
Yep.
That was amazing, Jeff. Yeah. Well done, my friend. That was amazing.
Wait a minute. Good question here from Salzy in the chat. With the UVXY 5-for-1 split, are my $11 puts now $55 puts? Probably.
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't trade the UVXY like our friend Kenny does, but yeah, that checks out.
Okay, they adjust them.
What's up, Dry Powder?
Hey, Sean. Wait, it's your birthday?
No.
What?
Oh, I thought somebody said it was Sean's birthday.
No, I'm a summer baby. I'm a summer baby.
Me too, man. Me too.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, never mind the happy birthday then.
Hey, look, I did not tune in earlier in the show. You may have already covered this, but what do you guys make of this huge rally, this huge gap we're seeing in the broader indexes this morning, but Bitcoin doing jack shit?
We did talk about that actually.
Did you?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a problem for me.
I don't know. It's off the lows. Can we give it credit for something, or no? We don't want to give it credit.
No, dude. No. Okay. So the Solana ETFs launched this week. That was supposed to be like a big catalyst.
It's off
We've
the
seen
lows
that in
like
the
5
past
hours ago.
with the Bitcoin and Ethereum ones. You got nothing. These have been weak bounces by any definition in crypto. And I think, yeah, Sean, it does matter because it ended up, we can look back now with perfect hindsight and say, hey, Bitcoin led the tech trade to the downside. It led the broader averages lower. You know, that weakness that's been in place since the summer almost.
Yeah, I would have liked. I mean, if you would have told me that the SPX was going to gap up 100 points this morning, I would have expected a similar kind of bounce in Bitcoin. And when I pulled up the chart this morning, I was like, "What? This doesn't smell right." So I don't know if we fade this rally. I don't know. Maybe it's a nothing burger. Who knows? But it's definitely caught my attention.
And I'll be looking at stuff like quantum and the space and exploration stuff and speculative growth just in general today also for a read, right? You want to see that strength spread. You don't want to just see the Mag 7s gap higher. And I'll tell you one more thing. What this type of open does, this type of, early morning price action, bears are still in control of this tape right now. It sets us up for some nasty bearish engulfing candles, right? Which would mean a big intraday sell-off.
Yeah, and to that point, Strazza, I was thinking as well. I'm looking at the daily chart of the S&P or SPY, and it's like, okay, we're having a huge gap up this morning. Great. But all that's really doing is just putting us right back in the middle of the range we've been in for the past 2 months now. Yeah. And I don't know. I need to see more. And I've been kind of talking to people over the last week or so that right now I feel like until things change as an options trader, this is a good environment to be selling iron condors, doing strangles and indexes, delta neutral type plays to just collect some income. You're not going to get rich doing it. You're not going to have any home runs, but keeps the lights on, right? Bringing some money in the till. Totally. And that's what I've been doing. I did an iron condor in Walmart recently. I did one in IBM. I've got a few. I got one in SPY. I got a few more that I want to do. It's just this feels like the tape for that.
You find yourself selling more and more premium in this kind of market, and you've probably been doing it for a couple of weeks already, I would imagine.
Yep. And also, it's not exciting and it's not sexy, but hey, as we say around here all the time, options give us options. There's a trade for any type of market environment if you're willing to put it on.
I know that you're big on the concept of like follow through days. So in like times like this where the bears are in control, right? The market's been weak, catching lower to the weak internals that have really been in place. More important than ever, like action like today, like we're talking about, absolutely needs to see follow through to convince me.
Yeah, look, if we close on the highs today, I'm not saying that's follow through, but that would be a very good step.
Great. Yep. Yeah. Let's see it.
Let's see it. Exactly.
You like the healthcare though. I know you like the healthcare, right?
Well, I mean, it's going up, right? Of course. I like it if it's going up.
I'm in that one. Yeah. It pisses me off though. A lot of these stocks aren't too liquid in the options market. A lot of these healthcare stocks.
Well, a lot of them are small caps, right?
Ugh. Sometimes you'll get a biotech that is surprisingly liquid, which is lovely, like a small biotech. But some of the bigger names, even.
Well, I mean, look at Gilead. Gilead looks great. That's
would be there. That one's good. That one's solid.
Yeah.
Gilead looks fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's just getting started, right?
Amgen looks like it's breaking out. Those big bios that we used to all love and trade so much, and people totally forgot about. Bio, Vertex. Yeah. Yeah, man, good stuff.
Where's JC at today?
I don't know.
All right,
Spencer.
Yeah, he's on the road.
On the road. Is he coming my way? He never comes to Colorado.
No, he's not going that far.
Oh, did you hear we're going to Miami, Sean? Big news.
Oh yeah, does Sean know about this? I don't know.
I don't know about
the news of the day. The news of the day yesterday. Everyone is so excited. Is that we canceled our ski trip? Bummer. And now we're going to Miami in January instead.
Oh,
yeah.
I've mixed.
Don't worry, Sean.
About that.
I know.
Don't worry, Sean. We are coming your way eventually.
Well, hey,
I promise.
We should just do Colorado. Forget Utah.
Look, I'm going to throw this out there for anyone who's interested.
Throw it out
at All Star Charts who's interested. If we do a Denver or Boulder Portfolio Accelerator. I will work it out so that my improv comedy group has a show that time. So
Oh
you guys
yeah.
can come see my improv group.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
That would be fun.
That would be fun, man.
It's definitely on the table. It's on the table, Sean.
We like
All
to
right,
have
put it that
fun
way.
at Portfolio Accelerator events. We do,
Yeah.
you know, we do some fun stuff.
We do.
So that works, Sean.
Yeah. If by the way, if you want to be at our next event in person, come hang out with us. The link is portfolioaccelerator.com. We do these events 3 times a year. We keep them very small intentionally. There's only like a handful of people there, and that's by design. So go to that website if you want to apply and talk to Mary about what it takes to be there, because it's a very small intimate group that we do. You get together with a few times a year. So Miami in January, then we're gonna do we're doing Nashville in May.
Nashville. Hey, this is news to me as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Nashville.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, Nashville is fun. Great city. I'm excited about that.
It's cool if you like country music and
No,
bars.
it's so much more than country music. That's the thing that people get wrong.
Oh.
They think it's all country
Fried
music.
chicken.
No
Okay.
way.
Oh, good fried
fried
chicken.
chicken.
Good
Yeah.
fried chicken.
All right. Why don't we do a recess? We're gonna do a recess and then go, oh wait, let's do a recess and then get out of here.
I feel like
Right?
we've kind of been doing one, but all right.
All right.
Hot chicken. That's the chicken in Nashville, not fried chicken. Hot chicken.
Yeah.
Hattie B's, is it?
I've never felt worse in my life after a meal than Hattie B's. I needed to sleep. Anyway, anyone have recess? I guess I'll start. Okay, my recess is a question. Is how many? You know, when you like make an appointment somewhere and you get like a confirmation text on your phone, how many confirmation texts is too many? Because I booked an appointment, I guess 10 days ago. It's on Saturday. I've gotten 5 confirmation texts in 10 days for a thing that's not for another 2 days.
I'm with you, man.
Excessive.
It's excessive, and it goes beyond just a text. They send you emails. They sometimes they'll leave you a voicemail. It's like an automatic voicemail. It's like, come on, man, I got it.
Another one. It's not. I know. I won't forget to go. It's Saturday morning. I'm not going to forget. Jeez, Louise, you don't got to text me every other day. But
well, that is the close cousin to. I feel like text message spam has really kicked up in the last 2 years. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I certainly have. Maybe my number got on some kind of a mailing list or something, but I get so much spam text on a daily basis. It's driving me crazy.
Really?
Like
I only
fake,
get
like
election
Coinbase
stuff.
scams and shit, like everything. Never
Coinbase
ends.
scams, legitimate stuff like political shit. Like,
Yep.
come on, man. I don't want any of this stuff.
Yeah, but not political stuff now. You get it like a month ago, right?
I will say though, when done well, I appreciate getting the text communications because I miss a lot of email stuff. So for important things, I do want it, and I'll give my number, but then they're giving my number to other people, and that's the problem, right?
That's true. I actually got a text like that early voting was closing in like 2 hours. I was like, oh, I'll go vote. So I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't gotten a text. You know what I mean? I just all right. It was a Sunday. I was like, all right.
There are good lists to be on and bad lists to be on.
Yeah. But generally, yeah, I do agree that text spam is high. Okay. It's a busy day for us on the channel, right? Sean is doing his thing at 3:00, the options jam session. Steve's doing his thing at 11 for members of Brick and Multiplier, brickandmultiplier.com for that. Gold Rush is going live. Steve, I think you and Fonz are recording a video tonight. Is that or this
I think
afternoon?
it's
Is that
live.
true?
I think we're doing it live.
You're doing it live?
I
did not know.
I hope so.
We'll figure it out. How about that?
And I'm excited because today I get to run a very special errand. My turtles are all grown up. They've gotten absolutely massive. They're too big for their terrarium. They need more space. We're upgrading. So I get to go to the exotic pet store. And I might buy a baby alligator. I don't know.
Which in Florida is like every other corner.
The good ones are still illegal, though. You got to kind of find them.
A baby alligator. I love this. I love this. And then you could bring it to the Portfolio Accelerator in Miami. I want to see that.
the reptiles that exist that most people don't know about would blow your mind. Seriously. It's cool stuff. Cool stuff out there.
Yeah.
Spencer, you look confused.
Reptiles scare me. I'm not gonna lie.
Reptiles are crazy. Yeah.
I don't.
One thing that I really enjoy is just seeing Steve really get in, embody this whole Florida man thing. This is
Really
wonderful. I love
embracing
seeing you take this on.
Really embracing it. Thanks, Sean.
I want no part of this. All right. Thank you for watching. Hey, market's open. Let's go make some money. All right.
Adios.
Lenny.